Today is all about doing a full face with only 5 products. If you are someone who's pinched on time, want simple makeup, but still want a polished look, stay tuned because this one is for you. The first thing I'm going to do is spot conceal where I need to. So for me, that's going to be areas where I want to brighten, also even out a little bit more. So I have a little bit of darkness around my mouth here. So I'm gonna spot conceal there, in between my eyes here, just like that. A little bit under my brow as well, just to give it some shape. And I'm using Pat McGrath Labs Skin Concealer. And I'm going to go ahead with this brush here. I love this brush. It's called a kitten paw brush from BK Cosmetics, which stands for Be Kind. Love that. And I'm just going to stipple this in, and just like so. See, what I love about spot concealing is it saves time. It does exactly what it needs to on the face. So you can see already how that little bit just brightened up my face there and kind of just made it look a little bit more even. So I am going to take the remainder and kind of just go like this here. And it makes it look like I have like a light contour there, but I really don't. And I'm not going to be using any powder for this tutorial, so all of my products that I'm going to be using are going to have a satin skin-like finish. So I want everything to kind of just melt into my skin, have a satin skin-like finish, and look like I don't need powder to set it. Next on the list is going to be blush. Blush. Adding something to the cheeks should definitely be a non-negotiable. I want it to look very effortless and just kind of put on very lightly. So I'm going to add just a little bit here, just like that. And I'm going to add the tiniest bit as well on my forehead. I want my blush to look very effortless, kind of like it just, you know, melts into the skin, which is why I'm using more of a bigger brush for the application. But if you take a look, it's just kind of faintly there. And the slightest bit that I applied on the temples of my forehead there, I like that. I want to add just a little bit more. Yeah. Go like this, just dot it, just like that. And because we are using only 5 products, I'm also going to use this blush on my lips as well. So I'm going to just go like this. You can also use your finger, of course, but I feel like using my fingers today. I'm going to use it just in the middle there and kind of fan it out. Interesting. This is much lighter on my lips than it is on my cheeks. Same product. On my cheeks, it looks like a true berry blush. On my lips, it looks more pink. Adding blush is going to give you a really nice harmonious look to the face, which is why I'm adding this in my 5 products. If you opt for a more berry pink tone blush, kind of like this one here from Charlotte Tilbury, it is going to give you more of a youthful look. This blush has a really nice glow to it, so I'm able to skip on the highlight. Next, now if you were given 5 makeup products and you didn't include this product in one of your steps, you're a psychopath. And that product is mascara. You literally could be wearing absolutely nothing on your face and pop some mascara on and it like changes everything. It's like, that's it, you're done, you know? If I was given one makeup product that I could wear the rest of my life, only one, it would be mascara. Ooh, friends, what would yours be? Comment below. With all the mascaras that I have, I always come back to this one here, Maybelline New York Lash Sensational. Because there is no eyeshadow for this look, it's absolutely okay to stack up on the mascara. So I'm actually going to apply 2 coats on the top and then 2 coats also on the bottom. Now what I'm going to do with my brows is use that same mascara wand and just very lightly comb up, just so my brows looked more groomed. So just like so. And I already have dark brows, so I can do this, you know? Using a dark brown mascara on your eyelashes and your brows, that could also work as well. Okay, so we have our blush on, we have our mascara starting to look a little bit more awake, but I want more definition. So I'm going to go ahead and add some contour because I need a little bit more chisel, you know? So taking my Rare Beauty liquid contour, the first place I'm actually going to add some definition is going to be around my lips. Just go like that. Ooh. Then I'll blend that in later. A little bit on my nose here, cheeks, chin. I want my jawline to look just a little bit more defined. We'll do a little bit on the sides, not too much. Let's blend this in. I made the blush look more like skin, so I put on a little bit more loosey-goosey. For the contour though, I want this to be a little bit more controlled. So I'm going to use a brush that's more dense. On the lips, I'm just gonna stipple this like that. I really like that on the lips. Cute. What? And then on the cheeks, just like so, just tapping it in. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and probably clean up a little bit with concealer on the bottom later. Yeah, I like that way better. Using like an apricot shade, like raisin, kind of like in that family. If you are lighter complexion, a shade like that could really work on the perimeters of your face as well. For the last and final step, I'm gonna give you guys 2. If you have really, really dry skin, then this should be your last step. Okay, this is Vaseline or even just like a balm that's going to last all day. And then you can kind of just, or actually not your hands, your palms, you know, just right here, and just gently tap that in onto your makeup. This is going to make your skin look less dry throughout the day. Also, it's gonna give like that nice glow, you know, finish to the skin, like facial skin, you know what I mean? So this is going to be your last step for really, really dry skin. Now for me, you can see how much oil I got going on. So earlier when I mentioned we're not gonna be using any powders, I actually changed my mind and I am. And I'm not gonna be using any powder. So for my last step is going to be a finishing powder here by MCO Beauty. I've been using this in a lot of my videos because it works, it's inexpensive. And I'm gonna use a bigger kitten paw brush. And I'm going to use this right in my T-zone. Tap, 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 tap under my eye. Oh yeah, I needed this. I needed this. And right under too as well. Just let that melt in. And right under as well. What a difference. Okay. And this is why I love this powder. So for my combination oily skin friends out there, use a finishing powder that's going to blur and also mattify where you need to if you get oily like me in your T-zone or all over the face. I did put on more blush because I just can't help myself. But anyway, I definitely think this look was very simple. I think in real time it really would take someone maybe like 3 minutes. I mean, I don't think the steps were too complicated, I hope. I think it was pretty simple. Also, these are real results. I could see someone wearing this look to work. I can see someone wearing this look to school, maybe just for the day, to get ready for the day. So yeah, just real results, very simple, effortless. We want to look effortless, you know? What do you guys think? Now, because this tutorial is over, I'm gonna add some gloss. You know, I can't help myself. Much better. There you go. I think it looked pretty good actually without the gloss, but come on. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you next week with a brand new video. As always, stay fabulous.